Okay, so today I want to have a look at the suppressor inserts that I created. They're fairly simple design, and we're going to look at how to install them into your suppressor of choice. For this tutorial I will be using a 40mm covert tactical suppressor. Different sizes for different models will be up in the future, so keep an eye out. First things first, first thing you want to do is open up the suppressor to take out any old remaining foam. Some suppressors have foam in them, some don't. Depends on which version that you buy, what brand. Now this specific version came with a foam insert that I didn't like because it wasn't quiet enough, so I already took it out. Don't worry, yours might look different. Something else to keep in mind is that you have, depending on the model, a clockwise and a counterclockwise part for the suppressor, so don't mix them up. What you want to do is find some nice and soft foam. I hope you can see this fairly well. This is just some foam I got from an old rifle case, like the plug foam. The reason I chose this is because it's fairly soft and still quite dense, so it has a really good dampening effect. I do have to note that there is better foam for this purpose, so if you have good alternatives, always welcome. Give me a heads up, welcome to try it. So what you want to do is take some of this foam, in my case I will just rip off 4 of these little blocks, because that's just about the size that I will be needing for this. And I will be cutting this little row of foam in half, so I don't have to compress the foam once it's into the suppressor. You want to make sure it's not too tight but also not too loose. I like to use it just thick enough so it will set itself inside the outer shell. If you cut it too thin, it might start rattling a bit, or if you compress it too much, it will just not dampen anything at all. So I cut it in half, and I'm gonna cut let's make 3 little strips out of this. And what I just simply do is fold it around one of the baffles. Should be nice and snug without too much extra space. And I'm simply just gonna dump it into the suppressor and push it through as far as I can. What does help is to put on one of the end caps. Also note that the direction of your baffles, I will just show you as soon as this is on. The direction of your baffle, if this is the side where you screw it onto the barrel, this baffles should be pointing this direction. The reason being is that's the way the air will be flowing, so this will be the most optimal way to install them. Now we have our first baffle in place. Simply take the next strip and push it down again. If you have any trouble pushing it down, you might use something as a tool to push it down further. Anything will do, like a piece of a screwdriver or a piece of tubing, whatever you have laying around the house that's long enough to reach down into the suppressor. And another baffle. You guys will probably already get the idea. I'm just gonna cut the video here and come back to you once it's full all the way. Now, one thing to note is that by the end of the suppressor you will have just a little bit of space left, not too much. So it will not be enough to press another insert in. So in this case, what you can do, if you really want to fill up the extra space, you can try and use a bit of leftover foam Just see if you can stick that just around the baffle. If it is giving you issues with weird shapes or blocking the barrel from a clear shot, don't install the last piece. It's not that big of a deal. You can just simply screw on the end cap and you will be done with this. I will be uploading a video with audio comparison later on next week, I think. I do have a decibel meter at hand, so I can compare the values for you, so you kind of have an idea what the sound difference is compared to the stock suppressor, the rifle without suppressor, and the suppressed one with my inserts. If you have any other ideas about how to fill these or different baffle designs, I'm always open for a little testing and comparing. So that will be all, guys. I hope you learned something today and have a good day.